Got a cool game to share. Played in a division with Max Illat, and I want to show a couple of little tidbits with you. Some great torpedo beats, really good team play, and some of the value of being in a clan and divisioning up with somebody that you know really well, that you get used to playing with, and how easy it can actually be to work as a cohesive team with almost no need to communicate. The map is Shatter, and we're doing a Grozovoi Daring division. This Daring is a ship that Max just picked up, and Grozovoi is, for me, a ship that I've had for a long time. It's a standby for me. I think it's up there with Gearing as a perfect all-around type of utility DD. We've got a midway on the opposing team, and surprisingly enough, for a high-tier game, only one radar with the Cleveland, so neither of us is really going to take radar into account when we push into the ACAP. What we are worried about more is planes from the midway, in particular those devastating rocket planes. So I'm telling Max that I'll keep the flies off of him with my superior AA, and we both make a good move, push towards A. I'm going to keep my anti-aircraft guns quiet for the first little bit. I don't need to be spotted. They've got some good guns over there, but here it comes. So here come those rocket planes. I switch my sector over, and
anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Force sighted on the horizon.
Even with DFAA up, I take serious damage from that midway.
Problem solved, sir. Smoke generator started.
Kibe and Shimikaze are there to take free shots at me, but here's what Grozovoi does really well.
Engine boost activated.
I'm going to push in to a cap with minimal support at this point, and just take absolute punishment.
Smoke screen set
from all of the Reds, but none of them are going to be able to push into the cap because I'm there.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
They've got to respect Grozovoi's guns. They've got to respect the speed. They've got to at least respect the fact that I have torpedoes. I don't like Grozovoi's torpedoes. They're garbage.
Problem solved, sir.
But they do something, and here is the first of a few insane torpedo beats that we pull off. And this comes along with just being really, really familiar with the ship that you're in. Practice goes a long way. I know that Grozovoi is not a ship that is terribly agile. It's a big, fat, lazy type of destroyer. So I'm pretty happy to grab that cap. I took my beating, but one thing that one tool to utilize with this type of ship is really, really high health pool and the ability to restore some of that health. And I exploited that advantage. I'm gonna spin back around to help Max out. The Klibe is going to push into cap. He's in a crossfire situation. It's a foolish choice by him, in my opinion. And we're gonna make him pay. Daring's just
aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Absolutely unloading on him. And you know what? At this point, I'm just kind of chipping in. This is a really well defended cap. We did a really good job of keeping what was hard earned. Get a fire on the Kibe. You know, at this point, I'm not going to be setting any damage records in this game, but
anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
The reason I'm posting this is this is a great example of just how to use the strengths of your ship and your team to win a game. You don't have to put up massive damage numbers. You don't have to pull off a Kraken Unleashed every third game to get into a very solid win rate. Max is going to stay and defend A-Cap, sorry. I know he's going to do that. I know how he plays. We've played 200 games together. and he knows damn well I'm going to push into B. And everyone should know that at this point I'm not going to need much help with B. We can do a quick count on where the destroyers are.
Torpedoes to starboard. Roger.
And know that I'm going to be alone when I push into the B cap. Do a nice little torpedo dodge here. Not exactly superhuman reflexes needed there. I'm going to keep my ship in position to be able to quickly push into the B cap. And I think I have to deal with an encroaching Atago. I'm going to use my torpedoes to just deny the area on him. Max takes the Kibe out. That was an inevitability. I'm taking a look at the direction that Iowa is tracking in. I'm going to stay up into that gap at the B cap where I've got an escape route if I do get surprised.
Has taken the lead.
Ah, it's a Mogami. Yeah, so the Mogami is going to encroach here, and I'm just going to push torpedoes out into the gap so they're really, really obvious. And I need him to just slow down so that I have an opportunity to take the cap before he gets there. I'm going to get my guns on the Mogami. He should know that he's targeted. I'm just hoping that slows him down. I have this cap now. There's 2 solo caps. And it looks to me as though C cap is pretty much wide open. I'm going to move in there. I'm not, with half health at this point, I'm not going to be able to effectively defend the B cap against a Mogami. I mean, maybe, but there's also the fact that the midway can chunk away a lot of my health in there too. So let him get the B cap, take his guns away where he's behind all those islands, and move into C. I'm staying at the top of C cap. I know that there's a destroyer harassing our ships on the 9 and 10 line there. So I want to be in a position to move up and deal with that. And I also want to be in a position where I'm not going to get blapped anymore because I don't have much health left. I have no more capacity to heal. And right now it's just about being being smart and being careful, staying alive to help my team. I see that Vladivostok coming into firing range. I want to finish getting this cap before I open fire. I don't want any of the secondaries to ruin my party here. I'm using AP to get really good alpha damage there. There's 3 solo caps. And now I'm going to move up and grab that Jutland. I know that he's going to be a pain in our ass. He's got behind our lines. He's threatening C-cap. He's, harassing.
Engine boost deactivated.
Harassing my support on the 9 line. I'm going to get up here and at least put some smokes put some torpedoes into his smoke and hope to get him. And now, what's going to happen here is something that I've talked about in a number of my other destroyer videos, and that's how to how to knife fight, and not just against another destroyer, but against any other ship you encounter that's not an aircraft carrier. I'm going to approach this Jutland bow on and make myself really, really hard to hit. He's broadside. He's making himself really easy to hit. I'm taking... I'm basically going to bounce a few shells. Let him saturate my bow for minimal damage. I cut my speed, anticipating torpedoes. Continue to juke one way and the other. With
torpedoes, direct front.
Lots of different speed changes, and he's just not able to get torpedoes on me. I do a really good job of dodging.
Torpedoes astern.
Here's the real beaut here.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And that's it for the Jutland. So a half-health
enemy destroyer.
Grozovoi moved in on a full-health Jutland, and the Jutland is dead, and the Grozovoi is still half-health. And it's just a matter of using the game mechanics to your advantage and being prepared for the inevitability of this torpedo attempt. And, I've done that in probably 5 or 6 other videos. The exact same thing. Schooled the Jutland. Put that one on the highlight reel. That's how you deal.
Engine boost activated.
Damage saturation is something you can use to your advantage, and you're hard to hit when you're a slim target coming bow on. If they hit your bow again, they're just saturating, and the damage totals are going to continue to decrease. And if they don't hit you, well, good. I've got 2 big nasty guns up front. I'll be honest, against a better player, I probably wouldn't have survived that, but I almost certainly would have had him
Our victory is in sight.
Limping away. And I think the sacrifice would have been well made. So now I see my opportunity to move back into the B cap. It was only a matter of time. Bit of patience, bit of smart play. Use Grozovoi's speed. Use its survivability. And again, not rack up big damage, but do big things to help our team win. Max and I both finish. I think I finished second with something like 1,700 base XP. Max came third with like 1650 base XP. Our DDs made a big impact, a huge impact on this game. And this is not an easy win, but it's a clear win.
Engine boost deactivated.
Anyway, I wanted to get this video posted because I feel like
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
it's just a great example of a lot of things you can do in a DD to win the match for your team. It's also a great example of the benefits of having well-seasoned teammates, clanmates that you can count on to deliver. I took a lot out of this game. Again, reaffirming some of these techniques that I've learned to deal with knife fights, especially when you're in an unequal situation. It was a really good game. Max played great. Our CV chipped in, and everything worked out. Got 4 solo caps, which you don't see very often. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks again.